suit. Alright, and spawning in the top left corner of Ohana, guys, it's the blue Protoss representing Team Optik, Riddles.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, he's got 2 kills. He's going for the hat trick. It is our purple Zerg player from UNT. It is Tropical Bob, sipping on his Corona.
And I think Garyoak's gonna have this like really stupid grin the entire time we cast this map, just because it's Tropical Bob on Ohana. But we'll try to get past that, folks, for
Yep.
you.
It's probably some like really sexy hula girls kind of dancing in the background. Go Tropical Bob, you can do it.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Zerg hula girls, I don't think would be too attractive. Just thinking of a roach on its
Have
hind
you?
legs.
Hey, have you seen Infested Kerrigan, man?
I
Hmm.
have, but do you see her in this game? I see drones. I see a fat overlord flying away.
Maybe Infested Kerrigan's like in a bikini on top of one of those overlords.
Dude, you know what? Just thinking on, I think these other races are pretty sexist because Terran's like the only race that has any girl units.
Yeah, that is true. Well, no. The Protoss does have a girl. That is the mama ship. That is a female.
Fair enough, fair enough. Although I guess in my I guess fighting my own devil's advocate or however you want to say it, these drones could all be asexual, no gender, reproduce with themselves because we see them create everything in the game.
That is true. Yeah, actually, Zerg is, I'm pretty sure,
Oh,
asexual
you
because
know
they all lay
what?
down the eggs. Except
We're
for me.
both stupid. Neither of us considered it the queen. It's called
Yeah,
the queen.
it is. Yeah.
Well, enough small talk for now. We do see that drone harass almost picks off one of the drones with his probe. Very nasty, very annoying, and actually just going to town on the hatchery now.
It's like a huck probe almost.
Pulling two
Not even a
workers to deal with
scratch.
this.
Yeah, not even a scratch on the probe's paint job, as he's going to be really annoying now
Well,
and block the
scratch
hatch.
on the blue paint job that was its shields, but does regen those.
Yeah, it's still 20 of 20 HP. Oh, and the
Oh,
hatch
doesn't
does
get
go
back in
down.
time. So this will drive the drone, or sorry, the probe back home. We see the fast expand first with the forge follow up. Very typical stuff, very Ohana stuff, making use of this ramp.
Yep, Tropical Bob is. Yep. I know what you're doing. This is the same thing I've seen
Oh,
about
but
100,000
Riddles.
times.
Oh, I thought he was going back in, just rallied around trying to chase, ring around the rosy with this drone. He does have a lot of health on this probe again, though, thanks to the shield, so he could go back in and do some more scouting if he wanted to, but I don't think there's really anything he'd see out of the ordinary. There's a couple Zerglings, there's no gas yet, that's about
Yep,
it.
he's probably going to check the third in about 30 seconds. And we do see a drone going over for that third, so we should see the 4-minute third base from Tropical Bob.
And I like
Quite
this
standard.
choice a lot better. Like, when you see
Hmm.
your opponent going for that Forge Fast Expand, take that third. There's going to be nothing to shut you down. Maybe a cannon rush, but that's easily dealt with if you're paying attention. Pull a couple
Yep,
drones, he's got Zerglings on the field, not a big deal.
he
And
is. These
this,
Zerglings are milling around, and he's going to actually get this probe, possibly. No, the probe's going to see it, but it's going to pay with it for that information with its life.
still worth it though, just to be able to confirm it.
Yes, many Bothans died to bring us this information.
I know, I know you didn't say it, but I heard Poffins, like beating my Pokemon Poffins.
What?
I don't
What is
know, man.
wrong with you?
Yeah, I am truly a fool. You'll have to leave me be. But checking the worker count right now, we got a 24 to 19 lead. But again, that's not too untypical. We have Chrono boosting out probes, getting that second base up nice and early. Cybercore coming down. No Robo or anything. That's a little too early for that. So it's going to be a moment before we really figure out what Riddles is going to go for.
Riddle me this, riddle me that. I believe he is going to be going for a +1 timing attack with Zealots.
It would be pretty effective on this map. I mean, you get the much just a straightforward straight shoot down to the third. You can take it out very quickly. In fact, even if he doesn't go for anything timing attack wise, one Zealot, one Stalker poke is so effective.
It looks like he is going to do it, though, because look at this. The Cybercore is researching the Warp Gate, and we've got +1 attack. They're going to finish up at roughly the same time, so he should be able to warp in, like a handful of Zealots and possibly snipe the hatch, kill a lot of Lings, maybe even get a Queen. You never know.
But there's the Robo coming down.
Yep.
And I'm just waiting, so I'm going to guess right up here. If I had to stab in the dark, 1, 2, 3, 4 gates maybe?
Quite possibly. I would not be shocked if that was the case.
Well, we'll leave him be, taking a look at the Zerg base right now. Nothing too fancy going on, just barely taking some gas. Really appreciating his income right now. Droning up heavily. I mean, looking at the unit count station, 4 Zerglings to 1 Stalker. There's really not a lot on the field at the moment.
This is the height of greed, and now we do see some tech. We do see a evolution chamber and one roach warren coming out.
Yeah, roaches are a little annoying to deal with in the early game, especially when you don't have AoE or a ton of immortals. They can just swarm around zealots, kite them all day. You got the stalkers to follow it up. I mean, it's frustrating to deal with. But here comes the immortal, and there are those gateways. 1, 2, 3.
And this Overlord, I believe, yes, he does see the Robo in production with the Chrono Boost, so Tropical Bob is definitely in the know.
I like that he is getting sentries out early too, not just waiting to warp them in. You want to have as much energy as you can, and it might not seem like a lot, but that 1 or 2 extra force fields can completely change the course of a battle. And wow, 6 gates, 7 gates now.
Yeah, he saw part of the... I wonder if that was in response to the Overlord seeing, oh, he's got 4 gateways, and then Riddles is like, well, you know that I have 4 gates, so let's just throw 3 more down.
Bob, despite seeing that, I mean, he's a little supply blocked right now. That'll be remedied in a moment. He doesn't have a lot of units on the field.
Yeah, I do like what he's doing, though. If we see he's actually breaking down his rocks with queens and 3 zerglings, this is actually really valuable.
He will have that +1, which he's definitely going to need to break those forces.
Yes. When Riddles does inevitably attack that 3rd base, so he'll be able to reinforce with these rocks down. That's why I really like this move, because sometimes we see Zerg not break it down and they lose their 3rd because of that.
And 6 sentries, all with ample energy, with those last 3 gates completing and waiting for the probe to get on the field, because he's definitely going to need a proxy pylon to support this.
Oh yeah, for sure. Either that or he can build a warp prism.
Oh, he does have warp prism.
There it is. Excellent.
I would love to see an immortal drop. Oh, you don't see it so often, but it's so effective.
He could. And we actually see Tropical Bob rallying out for an attack. I'm not sure I like this, because the Protoss has been galvanizing himself for a timing push. Looks like we're going to meet midfield.
Speed is not quite complete yet, so he's going to lose a couple of these Zerglings for free, and these Roaches going to get force fielded off.
Nice force fields, catching all but one of the Roaches.
Oh, and you don't want to donate units like that this early. One lone Zealot got caught in the bush. Riddles has to be careful, though, because when speed completes, Bob, yeah, just going completely around, there's a pylon back at home, so this will deny sort of running in, but he's got to be careful.
There's only one cannon. These Zerglings could break it down.
He has to clean this up.
Ooh, Riddles is in position to just clean the whole army up.
Yeah, look at this. The surround coming from every angle. Bob kind of on the ropes. He's got a lot of Roaches coming out. He did put some Spine Crawlers down in response to this at the 3rd, but again, oh, he's catching more of these Roaches. You can't donate units like this against the Protoss army.
Yeah, that was a really nice little Triforce right there.
Oh,
Triforce
man.
force fields.
Immortal's just sniping units off with that massive damage.
Sniping off a Zergling. It's like the definition of overkill.
Oh, and look at these force fields. He needs one more to trap those Roaches in.
Actually, they were dunked in butter and they squeaked out there.
Red Roachster, I guess? Well, force fields are coming down. He could just actually choke off this army entirely if he wanted to, but that's not the case. Roaches coming in. They're going to take out that Immortal very quickly, and that's a costly loss, but there are still 2 of them, and a hell of a lot of Zealots.
It's like the parting push, I guess.
Yeah, I see Tropical Bob's going to be partying with his units.
Yeah.
So many force fields coming down. He's got energy still for plenty more. He's just got so many sentries in this army, and that one Immortal is alive with 6 health.
That's a lot of Roaches, but with some force fields, these Zealots will just shred them.
I know, not to mention they're soaking a lot of the damage. These Roaches can't just push to the back for the Immortals like they want to.
There's a lot of sentries. It's actually not quite as much DPS as you'd expect from the back rank. It's just Zealot, Sentry, Immortal. So there's no Stalkers there, but
I mean, it's doing its job. Look at this. It is just whittling Bob down. Drones being pulled to deal with this from the main, going all out trying to hold this off, but I think Tropical Bob's reign of terror will end.
And there's the GG. We have a 2-2 series, ladies and gentlemen.